Well, hello and welcome to Bloomberg Quint. Agam and I are here to wrap the markets for you. It's not been a very good end to this week, of course, but today also the Nifty continued to fluctuate between gains and losses, even as Janet Yellen yesterday said that she saw the Fed hike coming relatively soon. So the Nifty ended at close to its 5-month lows on the continued FI outflows and the cash crunch imposed by the Modi government. Even the mid-session rally or recovery that we saw was sold into, and the Nifty index finally closed almost unchanged at 8074. For the week also the index has corrected about 2.7%, but 8000 seems like a strong support for the index. But let's just address the Bloomberg Quint poll of the day question that we had put out. We'd asked where the Nifty would end for this week. 61% said it will end below 8100, just like it happened.
Of course, yes.
I don't know if the viewers are getting smarter, but 24% said they're expecting it to close at closer to that 8150 mark, whereas 15% said that they expected it to rally towards 8200. Agam, but what are the options positions saying?
Well, firstly, I think a lot of traders are going to be thankful that the turnovers are not as high as they've been in the last few days.
Okay.
Because with respect to the NSE F&O turnovers, it's just at 3.5 lakh crores, which is not as high, which is good news that the quantum of selling has reduced substantially. This also means that we are moving into a phase of consolidation, because we're not looking at too much in terms of increase or decrease with respect to the Nifty open interest. However, what's also changed from the previous few sessions is the bank Nifty open interest has seen an increase of as much as 10% towards OI, which means there is selling there. Let's also take a look at what's happened in the options market. Well, we are looking at more writing now in the 8100 calls, so that could be something to be concerned about in the near term at least. And coming to the maximum open interest, it's the 8000 call. I beg your pardon, 8000 put and the 8500 call. So that's your 500 point range for now, and that's also what you're looking at even as we move into expiry next week. Even though a lot of traders are of the opinion that they're expecting the expiry to be right in the middle of that range, that will be the 8250 mark.
All right. If we see sectors, if the sectoral trends, well, it was the realty and pharma stocks which are actually bucking the trend, whereas metals continued to struggle and remained under pressure. And if we look at some of the individual Nifty stocks, NTPC was the surprise gainer, the top gainer with gains of about 4.5 to 5%. The auto pack followed with Eicher Motors. You have Hero MotoCorp, Mahindra & Mahindra, all of these sitting on gains between 1.5 to 3.5%. On the losing end, we had Z Entertainment Enterprise again continuing to correct for the second straight session, followed by Tata Steel and Bharti Infratel. But mid-cap and the small-cap index seem to have done much better for themselves today, Agam.
Yes, they have, as a matter of fact. So let's take a look at the advance and decline ratio. That stands at for 3 advances for every 2 declines out of 5 stocks. So we're looking at gains in Swan Energy. Canfin Homes is looking at short covering after it's taken a severe beating over the last 2 sessions. Petronet LNG, Engineers India, Shree Cements, and as well as Infibeam are looking at gains of around 6%. Towards the losing end, we're looking at a lot of weakness in Berger Paints, down as much as 7.5%. Deepak Fertilizers retreating by another 6.8%, followed by JK Cements and PVR. Each of these stocks losing out well over 5%. But of course, the positive is once again that we are looking at more advances as against declines. And that's what is different. So this is another indication that we are moving into another phase of consolidation. But I know it's been a tough week, guys, and there's been a lot of uncertainty with respect to what you want to do, where you want to put your money, where should you be pulling your money out from at these levels. And for that, in just a few moments, we will be joined by Kenneth Andrade of Old Bridge Capital, who will be solving a lot of these difficulties on Thank God It's Friday. So stay tuned into Bloomberg Quint.